So there are some principles that underpin the model. And the first one I spent some time on. So some really good detailed work was undertaken. A lot of other centres were looked at, other councils were spoken to, advice was gleaned from people that operate in this space. So it was really essential that as much as possible the assumptions were used that were gained from the task force process. There's a principle here that the facility is in addition to, not in place of. So this is really, really important. So the assumption has been made that it's business as usual for council with its other services and its other projects. So this would not have an impact on what council currently does or its future planning of projects. So it wouldn't be putting off other things, it wouldn't be cutting back on services. This would be in addition to existing commitments, and that's a really important principle. There's a cost to build, as I touched on, and this raises a number of equity considerations that go to the particular design of this model. So the first one is there's going to be varying benefits across the Shire. So if you actually delve into the report done by SGL, they've got some statistics in there about the proportion of people that use this kind of facility that are drawn from different distances. So we're not like a metro centre where there's other options pretty close by. So even if you're 20k plus out, the kind of facilities that might be here would act as a draw card if you were particularly interested in learning to swim, or if you're particularly interested in squad swimming, or if there are particular health facilities available that you wanted to attend. But the fact that the benefits would vary and you would see a likely reduction in use meant that we've introduced this principle of a special charge whereby you can change the amount that people might contribute to the cost of delivering this centre based on where you live. And Damien will put up a nice slide as part of the survey results. It sort of shows these concentric circles that flow out from Torquay North, which would be the proposed location for the facility. There's also a generational equity consideration here. So, and that's something you always have in mind when you're thinking about borrowing at any level of government. So there's going to be benefits across a range of generations. Then you start to think that it's okay to take out a loan and actually make repayments over a longer period of time, rather than burden just one generation with costs. But there are some borrowing considerations here. So as I said, the assumption is a 20-year loan, $21.7 million, so it's at 75% of the cost, and there's an assumption around 6% interest rate for that period. Now, council, like all councils, has a what's called a prudential limit set for its borrowing by the Auditor General, what it thinks is a sensible and prudent level of borrowing. This would exceed that particular level, and so it would be essential for council to be able to demonstrate that it had a repayment plan to bring that back down to below the prudential limit. The flow-on effect would be, however, the council would be very limited in its ability to take out loans for any other infrastructure, or if any risks emerged in that period of time. And obviously that problem dissipates as the repayments are made over a 20-year period.